Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final session of the AMMNA Championships for 2023. Tonight we are here to watch the final game in the Open Men's Division between Victoria and Queensland. My name is Dan Cook, and joining me in commentary, Mandy Love, welcome.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great for you to be here joining me. I'm looking forward to this one. There is a little bit on the line for the remainder of the Open Men's Division. A win for Victoria sees them finish in second. A win for Queensland sees Victoria waiting on the result for the New South Wales-South Australia game as well. So, looks something on the line for both teams, really.
I'm really enjoying the fact that this division this year is gone down to the wire in terms of it has to go down to the very last game.
Yeah, totally do agree with what it is you're saying, and that's happened in a couple of the divisions as well. Reserves in the same boat, the under-23s in the same boat, all results pending from today. And players are starting to come up onto the court there, and I'll pass over to you to go through the starting lineups for both teams.
Absolutely. So for the Victorians, starting in goal shooter, it's Alum, Roberts in goal attack, Cowling wing attack, Richardson in at centre, Malmo at wing defence, Punchin in goal defence, and Byron in goalkeeper. For the Suns, we've got in goalkeeper Leonard, GD Johnston, wing defence Nichols, centre Hosking, wing attack Carlson, goal attack Webb, and GS Brown.
Yeah, and Victoria get us underway and start through Roberts, punching through into the court there. But Victoria looking to penetrate through to circle edge. Now Cowling with the ball, not a lot on, puts the ball up, great deflection from Leonard.
He's got a huge vertical jump on him, and I'm interested to see his pairing with Johnson in the circle for the Suns.
Yeah, I saw them the other day as well, and I actually thought they were quite impressive together, and they can do a lot in the air, but they also get a lot through the ground. Oh, Cam Allen punching through their first goal on the board for Victoria. Hosking now with the centre, finds Carlson, straight drive along the line, Brown coming out of the circle. Movement for Queensland looking good.
And this is a very experienced lineup for the Victorians here today.
Yeah, experience aplenty in the back end. Multiple caps for Australia sitting in that defensive grouping. Webb not happy, and Josh Byron up in the air. Takes it through, or awkward ball, and coming off Cowling's legs. So Queensland now with the throw-in. Jared Murphy, the coach for Victoria, just grabbing the ball. Nichols now in possession, finds Carlson, nice drive there. Webb a little early coming up through the middle. And Queensland looking for something, and not a nice ball, but Johnston pulls it in.
Yeah, they just jammed in off this space marking defence from the Victorians.
Yeah, a bit of a trademark for Victoria, have had it for a number of years, the space marking D. It is a structure put in through the juniors. And Punchin, hands over Webb there, creates the turnover, and Victoria looking to fly it through the court, but just not the connection they're probably looking for at the moment. Now steady with the ball, able to find Punchin in through the middle.
And look, what a baptism of fire it is for young Webb in goal attack for the Suns, coming up against an Australian men's goal defence.
Oh yeah, definitely a bit of a baptism of fire, or awkward from Cam Allen, but he's able to put the ball through the ring now, out to a 2-love lead. Victoria now easy option with Jaden Cowling, and back through Malmo in the middle of the court. Well, Richardson finds the pocket.
It was a nice early release too on that pass in the pocket.
Yeah, put the ball straight into Cameron Allen. 3-0 to Victoria. Flat dodge there and a footwork call on Jordan Webb.
He's a little bit, it's almost like he's a bit starstruck really with the first couple of minutes here.
Malmo, yeah. Malmo with the ball. Oh, cross-court ball from Richardson. Not able to stay control, but he is able to flick that one back across the court. Brodie Roberts down on the goal line. Victoria now with the centre pass as well.
Yeah, so they've had the two breaks, the Victorians. Malmo, for me, has been one of the informed wing defenders of this week's championships.
Yeah, has definitely shown his calibre, making the Australian team first in 2016. So he's been around for a little while now. This is, I think, his 8th year in the Open Men's division.
And the Queensland Suns really need a settler here.
Swinging the ball across to Carlson there. Webb front cut into the space. And up on the shot. Beautiful shot there from Jordan Webb to get Queensland on the board. Cowling finds the easy option with Richardson through the middle. And that pocket has been used. Oh, Cam Allen swinging the ball, Victoria, hard to keep up with.
The ball speed is phenomenal by the Victorians.
And Brodie Roberts on the goal line as well, once again, 6-1 Victoria.
And both shooters sort of like sharing the workload here for the Victorians.
Richardson now out of play. Nichols flicks it over to Hosking. And Tim Malmo called for the penalty. Sam Carlson runs off to grab the ball. And it's an offside call. And Carlson refeeds it into Jordan Webb and looking for Brown. And a tip.
So it's on the downward trajectory, so he gets the penalty for his efforts.
Yeah, Brown with the goal for Queensland. Roberts now. Bit of a push there from Carlson in the back of Malmo. And quick ball movement from the Victorian, and flat ball from Jaden Cowling finds Cameron Allen.
This is probably one of the better starts we've seen from the Victorians, except for maybe the WA game a few nights ago.
Yeah, look, have been a bit slow in a couple of the games to start the Victorian team, but this is a great start for them. They were slow in the previous game against Queensland, as Jordan Webb puts another one through. 7-3 Victoria lead at the moment, but the previous time they met was a close match. Victoria ended up running away with it right at the end. To be honest, I think they won the last quarter by 11 to take out a 10-goal victory.
You can see the Victorians playing with real intent in the opening 5 minutes of this game. Everyone's up and about on defence, and there's just really clear running lines in attack. Yeah.
Definitely a conversation that would have been had. They will definitely be looking to secure the second place. And great work defensively from the Victorians there. Throw in to Queensland. Ball moves across the circle. Brown not free, and great coverage there from the Victorian defenders.
And just a flat shot. You knew that on the release too. Needs to come through with the toes.
Yeah, contact there by Hosking into the back of Malmo. Victoria nice and steady moving the ball through the court.
They've changed the pace. They've really dropped the pace down this passage of play too.
Yeah, no look pass from Brodie Roberts. Just finds Cam Allen under the post.
You know, the Victorians currently shooting at 100% so far. Great entry from Brodie Roberts on the burst.
Yeah, definitely something they would have spoken about. Has been a little lackluster in making his way into the circle. So I think that's something that we're going to see out of him for the remainder of the championship. And a turnover from Queensland gives Victoria possession. Malmo finds Cowling, puts the ball again into the pocket for Riley Richardson. And smart little stop wait from Richardson and Roberts, but yeah. Roberts not able to put the ball through, however, penalty.
Yeah, Leonard is quite reactive to that first second of the ball carrier, so, you know, patient build-up by the Victorians to draw him out. Roberts signs up and delivers the 11th goal for the Victorians here. Their centre pass.
And turnover there for Victoria. Webb now in possession of the ball. Back to Nichols. Carlson comes through just a little flat at the moment for Queensland. Yeah. And
that was a great defensive setup by the Victorians. All the defenders on the inside and just forcing wide. There was no one cutting through from the Suns.
And Roberts now high release on the shot. Not able to find it in the ring. Johnston pulls it in. Finds Ihaka Leonard. Or take from Leonard.
And the mid-court press happening here from the Victorians, and that was a better cut through. Again, they've just got to connect it down the court. There's no need to rush or go for that long, although, I mean, it bounced, but if they found him, he has to kick it out to the side.
Yep.
And a little short offload from shooter to shooter.
Yeah, Brown not comfortable on the mid-range shot, however, is able to find the space close to the ring. Does score the goal here for Queensland. Victoria lead 11 goals for first quarter. This is the final round of the men's open division. A little bit on the line for Victoria, second spot if they win. If they lose to Queensland, have to wait the result of New South Wales, South Australia out on court 4. Defensive pressure from Victoria at the moment, causing some issues though for Queensland.
Yeah, they're a little bit shell-shocked this first quarter. They're not too sure what to do.
Yeah, pops front. Callum Brown rims over the back though. Malmo on the fly through the court, finds Punchin. That's something that's improved out of Punchin over the past couple of years. Really started as a keeper, moved himself into goal defence, and has really started to learn to bring the ball down for Victoria.
And Johnson really lost Brodie Roberts on that long court transition.
Richardson, look, Victoria just flinging the ball around. Brodie Roberts again all by himself.
He literally looks like he has all the time in the world when he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, and look, I think the option for Brodie Roberts is you really got to give him some body pressure and something to find. Yeah, otherwise he's just all over and able to find the space. He reads the game so well. Oh.
And watching Johnson's performances earlier on in the week too, like he actually looked like he was that sort of dogged tagger style. So yeah. I'm surprised he's like given himself a 5-step head start. Yeah,
definitely. But, beautiful ball there. Kind of confused the space for everybody from Roberts, Cam Allen. Now it's 14-4 all of a sudden. Victoria putting on the goals out to a 10-goal lead.
Yeah, it's looking pretty ominous for the Suns right now. I mean, do you look tactically about, what they set up? If they can no longer, climb the ladder, like, are they resting players this game, or are they looking to try and get a stop? Like, what's the strategy behind tonight's match?
Yeah, look, we don't know the team lists or the injuries of the team, so there may be some looking after some players as well.
But, you still want to play a brand of netball that you can leave the court and be proud of.
Yeah, very, very true. For that one, but unfortunately spill out through the side. Victoria bringing it back in. A few changes though from the Victorian team. Hedricks comes on to replace our Punchin. And Roberts. He's everywhere tonight.
He's absolutely everywhere. But the Victorians are all up and about. That they have so much energy in this first quarter, whereas for me the Suns look really lethargic, and it might just be those like day 5 blues almost. But that was a better rotation in the shooting circle.
Callum Brown with the goal for Queensland. Nice shot then from him. Had some confidence, put the ball up and in through the ring it went. Now Hedricks finds Cowling. Victoria swing the ball cross court, but Brodie Roberts bust up through the centre. Opens Cam Allen up underneath the goal ring. Brings it in, and now Johnston out of play.
And again, the work that the both goalers are doing between each other has been phenomenal. Only the one miss for Victoria. So they're shooting at 15 from 16 right now.
Yeah, great also defensive pressure. And Byron sees the ball sitting up in the air, takes out the ball, finds somebody with Carlson. And Victoria just flying through the court at the moment.
It was all middle lane for days. Oh, the block from Leonard. Big block.
Get up there.
He had some serious hang time.
Now Queensland would really like to score. 2 minutes 20 left in this first quarter. Nichols in possession. Great cut off of the defensive player and vision into the post. Jordan Webb now receives the ball back from Callum Brown. And unfortunate there for Hedricks, would have given a retake on the shot, but Jordan Webb slots the goal. Roberts swings the ball out to Richardson. And
was that against Leonard or against Nichols? Oh, sorry, Hosking.
Yeah, not too sure what the call is here. However, it is, or does look like it's against Hosking. So Brodie Roberts gets the penalty inside the circle. Small advancement there, slots the goal. Hosking now in possession, finds Callum Brown far away from the post. Webb busts up through the middle, over into the pocket for Hosking. And Callum...
He's got to be more confident to go to post on those mid to long range shots.
Yeah, I agree. And now Victoria flying through the court.
No defensive pressure from the Suns at all.
Yeah, and at the moment they're flying through, but they also look steady.
There's a lot of control, even though there's a lot of speed being used through the court and a lot of ball speed to change, to get the defenders' heads turning around.
Yeah.
You know, but the Suns just can't rely on Leonard's big vertical. Like, they've got to do the work in front of him to give him a chance to go for a fly. Like, this is hard work for him at the back.
Yeah, Cam Allen, smart with his body positioning tonight on Nahaka Leonard. Really finding the space, opening it up, but Brodie Roberts the same.
But, like, they're switching it up, though. Like, you know, Callum's coming out of the circle, you know, and having that little bit of role reversal and looking to be the creator at times as well.
Yeah. Victoria done a little bit of homework prior to tonight's match. Now, Richardson sets the penalty, and it's Brodie Roberts on the hold. The screen from Cam Allen. Role reversal, as you just spoke about. And 10 seconds to go now. Queensland needs to look at scoring, and Mark Nichols winds up, throws the ball over the goal line. No time left for Victoria in this first quarter. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Well, Victoria off to a flyer against the Queensland Opens team. End of the first quarter, Victoria lead 19-6.
AMMNA Championships 2023 proudly supported by Blade in WA, Great Temptation Sweet Treats, Spud Shed, West Coast Fever and Netball WA. The Victorian state teams are proudly supported by DMAC Apparel, Metro Plumber, Inspire Netball Group and the VMMNA Junior M League. One of their sponsors for Victoria is DMAC Apparel. They are a proud sponsor and uniform supplier of VMMNA. DMAC Apparel specialise in quality custom uniforms and promotional products, priding themselves on service and quality, using Australian manufacturers wherever possible. They provide a personalised service from start to finish and get the complete look that's right for you, your business, school or club. Reach out to the team at DMAC for all your uniform and merchandise needs at www.dmacapparel.com.
Welcome back to the 2023 AMMNA Championship. You are tuning in to watch the Open Men's Division. This is round 10 on day number 5 of the championship. Queensland versus Victoria, and Mandy Love joining me in commentary. I am Dan Cook. Mandy, take us through what we witnessed in the first quarter.
Look, we witnessed a bit of a masterclass of the Victorians just coming out here and being the amazing team that they are. Like, they just literally showed up on day 5 in the evening session for their 10th game and just really showed up on court and really delivered a real complete performance in that first 15 minutes. I'm expecting to see multiple changes from the Suns, but I think for the Victorians it's pretty much same old, really. Just resting of legs for potential players heading into tomorrow's, 1v2 final. Not counting out the Suns early, but it's going to be a very long ask for them to come back from this. Victoria are a side that really don't let teams back into the contest.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Great hold there, though, from Cam Allen to put the first goal on the scoreboard for Victoria.
Speaking of the shooters too, Cam Allen shot like 9 from 9 in that first quarter. And who is this new goal attack that's come on?
Yeah, Tom Hardwick comes on to the court in at goal attack for Brodie Roberts. We also see Jake Noonan enter the court at centre for Riley Richardson. Our Punchin returns to the court at goal defence. James Sutton enters the court as well for Tim Malmo at wing defence. Josh Byron keeps his spot back in at keeper. A couple of changes for Queensland as well. The two defenders, Johnston and Leonard, switching positions. Nash Hosking moves into wing defence. Sam Carlson into centre. We see Jack Jordan enter the court for the Queensland Suns, and Darren Gillespie also in at goal attack.
So wholesale changes from the Suns here. And look, to be fair, it was needed.
Yeah, look, the changes probably were needed. It's also a bit of, I think, team management. They do have a game to play tomorrow, and if this is a loss, they will have to play New South Wales. Only dropped the game today by 8 goals. So it will be something that they're thinking that they may be in with a shot to take out New South Wales tomorrow.
So planning ahead. Smart move by the coaching staff at the Suns. But, you've still got 60 minutes of netball to get through here this evening.
Very much so. There's also other spots that are on the line. So every player wants to be able to show what it is that they have to offer out on the court. Callum Brown, though, just dropping that one short. And
yes, I suppose for the viewers at home, we have an All-Star 7 for the Open Men's Division and across all divisions at the tournament this week. So it's the top 7 players in each position across the space of the tournament. So as you can imagine, in this Open Men's Division, there are so many options at all 7 positions, but only 7 can be selected. Hardwick hits the deck. He's straight back up, though.
Yeah, a bit of a slip there. Not sure what happened, where the footwork came from, but Noonan finds Cowling at the top of the circle, opens it up, and able to find Cam Allen under the post. Look, we did have a cancelled game earlier this evening over on the second court due to the floor being slippery, so not too sure if that's affecting court 1. Oh, Josh Byron reading that ball over into the pocket.
Footwork call against Punchin. I really enjoy watching how they run the split circle between these two defenders.
Yeah, the split circle for Victoria does. Oh, Josh Byron able to take a fly, and I think that's what they've been able to do is create confusion for Queensland, and that confusion, not just the tips, but that confusion creates turnovers.
A nice little dummy run from Punchin in order to get Sutton into the mix.
Yeah, nice float again from Victoria. Oh, Harker Leonard touch on the ball over Jake Noonan.
So impressive for a 20-year-old. We've got a number of sort of age-eligible athletes for the 23s and under division here in the Suns team as well. So it's great to see that in their pathway they're promoting them when they're good enough versus keeping them in their age group. So it's nice to see these young athletes getting the opportunity at this Opens level.
Yeah, very much so. Almost the same for Victoria. Not as many through, but definitely players that have come through the pathways of Victoria. In fact, everyone on court currently coming through a Victorian pathway except for Josh Byron at the back, who came through the New South Wales pathway.
Yes, did his age groups as a goaler and actually finds himself in defence. I believe from memory it was the 2017 championships when he was under coach Taidi at New South, and said that he was going to be a defender for the week, and there he was.
And he did. He defended against me and took out a national championship.
Ah, that's the history.
There's some history there. Jack Jordan now with the ball outside the circle finds Carlson, and Callum Brown with the drive into the front space. Confident with the shot, but drops it short, and the ball falls with Punchin. Victoria moving the ball quickly, still steady, and Noonan not used, and not an option really for Victoria, forced in at the moment. Things going a little slower this quarter for Victoria.
Yeah, I think the defensive changes for the Suns have had the desired effect. However, it's just the conversion rate down the other end. So they've had 3 attempts and 3 misses down here for the Suns in the second quarter. Whereas the Victorians, that's a great handover by Sutton.
Sutton, that is exactly the reason why he's in the team. He's got deceptive hands over pressure. Oh, Alum throws the ball to Hosking.
Yeah, Richardson just stopped on his lead on circle edge, though. Sorry, not Richardson. That was is that Richardson? Noonan. Oh, my gosh. Got to get the name right.
And a change also for the Victorian team, just as we noticed, slipped in as we were having a conversation. Josh Byron comes over to the bench. Tim Malmo no longer in wing defence, moving into the goalkeeper role.
Yeah, Coach Gerard really has the luxury in depth in his bench for Victoria, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's a lot of position that people can play, 1, 2, not just one really. Multiple people can play multiple spots. So gives him a lot of options through the back end and through the front end. And Victoria just struggling a little to get it through the press then.
And what I like about it is that it's a press where 3 of the Suns players actually go on the diagonal through the mid-third, so they're actually cornering the segment of the middle third, so forcing that long court, cross-court pass, or promoting it, I should say.
Yeah. Hardwick probably not strong on the drive, so was ignored. Cowling having a look. Too much fancy footwork for my liking.
Yeah, I don't actually think he looked in because he sort of turned away from it and just hoisted it in the air, a bit of a Hail Mary.
Yeah, unbalanced. And Hardwick looks for the ball. Great take, though, from Nash Hosking.
I love an attacker who defends just as hard as they attack.
Oh.
Like, more work needs to be done in that space, I think, for a lot of our frontline players.
Yeah. Oh, Hosking able to pull that one in there. Leonard finds Carlson now. Ball sitting with Darren Gillespie. Into the pocket.
They really have to work hard, the Suns, each time the ball travels down this end.
Yep. Now in the hands of Darren Gillespie. Rims across the ring. And Callum Brown called for out of court.
Yeah, the Suns are still yet to score in this quarter.
And that's where 7.5 minutes almost into the quarter without a score there for Queensland. And Richardson coming on in to wing attack finds Cam Alum. Now Suns centre as well. Gillespie looks in.
Yeah, Malmo had a look and did some hedging and then just got found out.
And Brown with the first goal for Queensland of the second term. Richardson out, sees Cam Alum far pocket of the corner. And Hardwick just slips in through the front. Easy ball, or can't put that one through the ring. Mess goes around. Queensland tip that ball out of court. And Hardwick lets it go, drives goal line. Ball swung straight back to top. Hardwick moves through the centre. And a beautiful shot from Tom Hardwick.
Yeah, had lovely high release on that arc too as well.
Queensland Suns now in possession. What do you think Gary Passion will be thinking about the one goal on the scoreboard?
He'd be filthy. He'd be filthy at his shooters. Like, you know, you're at a national championships. That is your job. Your key job and focus is to put the ball through the hoop. I get it that there is a really tough defensive circle, but, you know, you've played these teams once before, so you should have done your research and you know what you're going to come up against. And you've just got to continue to be confident at post. But you see them when they've got the ball in hand, they look hesitant.
Yeah, all the way through the court at the moment for me, Queensland looking a little hesitant. Not really getting any flow, which they have been able to do in the other games. Just wonder whether the absence of Lachlan Carter takes that easy ball into the circle away for them. Oh.
But, you know, you've got players like Ihaka Leonard who are doing, like, as best they can to get them through the court, like, winning ball, and they don't convert it.
Yeah.
Like, they've had 7 opportunities this quarter, and they've only scored 2. If they scored all of them, like, this would be still a 10-goal margin. It would be a completely different game.
Yeah, certainly I have to agree with you there. I feel like Victoria making the errors as well. Having said that, another goal onto the scoreboard. Victoria leading 25-9.
And, you know, must score here. Like, they need to get themselves out of single digits.
Carlson, no one to go to. Everyone kind of running laterally into the backspace. Hedricks now with possession finds Sutton. Straight drive up the court, Hardwick. Now some depth found by Riley Richardson, and he looks straight in, finds Cam Allen. That's a large stretch there
Yes, it
from
is.
Allen.
He's having a fantastic game.
Yeah, he is. And I think he's being a real option. And, you know, whilst he does like to take the ball out of the air, he's actually quite good at being deceptive and pulling the ball in on
Yes.
reach.
Yep. And he likes little baseline dodges as well, so I'm excited to see him on the move a little bit as well.
Oh, quick ball.
And like just that creating space through ball movement.
Yeah, look, I think especially in Victorian circles, Cam Allen really hasn't been thought of as someone that almost has the smarts that he actually does have. He's a little bit uncoordinated, it's probably not the right word, but unconventional.
Yes,
in
unorthodox.
in his movement patterns, but he's very aware of what it is that he can do and when he can put it out onto court. And I think that unconventional style just doesn't lean into a defender knowing what to do or how to play on him.
And that's probably what his strength is. And nice option to go straight into the circle there by Nichols.
And Brown or Hedricks with the jump. Obstruction call from Jake Shepherd. And Gillespie. Shot not taken, so he'll get a retake. Probably not the penalty that Malmo wants to give away.
No, not at all. And they hit 10 now. And that's Leonard's second intercept off a Vic centre pass.
Yeah, Jack Jordan now finding some space for Queensland. And drops it over to Gillespie. Really flat hold here from Brown. Not an option for the Queensland Suns.
And see, I think both coaching staff will be upset at this quarter. I think, you know, when you look at the Victorians, they scored 19 in the first quarter, and they've only scored 8 so far in this second quarter. It's an 8-4 quarter, like very low scoring, very scrappy, a lot of unforced errors.
Yep. And Brown just puts that one over the baseline after the shot. Victoria bring it in nice and calm through Hedricks and Sutton at the moment. But Hardwick will be disappointed with that effort. That ball just slipped straight out of the hands.
And for me, like, I know the scoreline the margin is 17, but for the Victorians, they're playing for a starting 7 spot in tomorrow's 1-2 semi-final.
Yep.
Like this game, like, it's not about the round game now, it's about your position in finals.
Yeah, look, there is some strong players in both sides, and you're really wanting to cement that starting spot and show off what it is that you can possibly do. Brown just pops into the front space and sends that one again over the goal line. He'll be disappointed with himself in that, but is taking the risk at putting that ball through the ring.
Look, eventually it will drop. It's just not sinking for him today. You know, it just might not be his day today. But
Noonan.
He can still create for his other shooter, though, and that was a beautiful take on the run.
Yeah, that ball moved for Victoria. We saw Johnston come out to try and take the intercept, but it does leave Allen all alone. And a turnover now for Victoria. Richardson not looking and seeing Hardwick at the post.
And contact call against the centre for the Suns.
And Hardwick now with possession puts it into the pocket for Noonan. And you can see Cam Allen just setting up beautifully in the front spot. Unfortunately, ball got in through there, but he's able to retake that front hold. And Richardson finds Allen. Richardson and Allen. Look, Victoria, when they're pretty, they do move the ball through really quickly.
Yes, they do. And it has a really good flow about it as well.
Yeah, it does. Some really pretty netball at times from Victoria. Timeout called. There's a little bit of the floor I think that needs to be mopped up a little bit. It's in the same spot as where Hardwick fell earlier in the quarter as well. So
it might just be some excess perspiration on the floor.
Yeah. Now 1 minute, 9 seconds to go in the first half here. 2023 AMMNA National Championship. This is the Open Men's Division. Victoria fighting for second spot. getting the double chance, and a quick ball let go, but Brown not able to pull it back in. Malmo mops up the crumbs. Hedricks now on the fly, coming through the court, but Victoria, someone seems to be free all the time. Dodge Cam Allen. Beautiful work there from Cam Allen just to find open space on Johnston.
He really is putting on a show here in goal shooter.
And the ball swings, Hardwick free. Has the shot, not able to sink it. A tip from Queensland though, and the ball is sent out. Richardson looking to take the throw in, and quick ball over to Hardwick. Hardwick double play with Noonan. And puts that ball through the ring for Victoria. 32-10, just 10 seconds to go. Queensland need to score and score quickly. And Malmo just takes the read there, and a fling in from Gillespie. Last,
it's got the contact call too.
Yeah, it's caused a contact, so let's let them have the shot, whether Brown or Gillespie takes it. So Gillespie lining up for the final shot of the first half, and not able to put the ball through the ring for Queensland. So Victoria, another probably not as impressive quarter, but not putting the goals on the scoreboard really at the start, but able to get some flow towards the end. So
Having a pretty good season this year, Andy.
By the look of this lot, you are too.
Well, we've got a good team out in the field. You want to go meet them?
Sure. So what do you grow here?
We've got broccolis, collies over there, carrots, you name it. We harvest it today, catch. And it's in the stores tomorrow.
So you guys are the midfielders of the fruit and veg?
At Spot Shed, we grow it.
We sell it, you save.
Giving this season everything we've got. Just try and stop us. Don't miss the excitement of West Coast Fever at RAC Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketek.com.au. Giving this season everything we've got. Just try and stop us. Don't miss the excitement of West Coast Fever at RAC Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketek.com.au.
Metro Plumber is 40 years experience in the northern and western suburbs of Melbourne. For all your general domestic plumbing needs, a proud supporter of the Victorian 23 and under men's team at AMMNA. Contact Mark on 0417 786 398 and he'll help you out. And all games are proudly brought to you from the AMMNA Championships by Blade and WA, Great Temptation Sweet Treats, Spudshed, West Coast Fever and Netball WA.
Welcome back to the second half of action here at the 2023 AMMNA National Championships. We are currently witnessing Victoria putting on a clinic against Queensland this afternoon. 32 goals to 10. Not really sure what else to say. It's been very clean, clever netball from Victoria.
Well, what's interesting to me now is that this starting 7 lineup from the Suns is the side that I thought was going to start this match.
Yeah, I have to agree. Something similar to what I thought was going to be at the start. Maybe Ulmisher and Hosking switching spots, but this is what I was expecting from Queensland. So I think they're going to look at putting something out against Victoria now, see if we can make this a little bit more of a match. And Allen with the missed shot. Brodie Roberts, though, returning to the court, able to pull the rebound in. And quick ball over the top from Riley Richardson, finding Brodie Roberts along that goal line. And Roberts slots the goal now, taking it out to a 23-goal lead. And Punchin, defensive pressure, able to get a stop.
And, you know, I think for me, like, the Suns need to stop going so wide off on the centre pass. Like, they're actually starting wide, so there's no other option except to try and cut back in where the trio of Victorian midcourters are waiting for them.
Yeah, I can see the point of Victoria jumping the line into their wall formation, and I think that caused a little bit of havoc here. But Webb now with the ball for Queensland. Back with Hosking, then back to Webb. Ulmisher pops through. Jordan Webb doing all the ball carrying for Queensland at the moment. And
smart move by Carter.
Yeah, Lockie Carter just using the post to get himself closer to the ring. However, needing to reset the penalty where Joel Owen has advised the penalty occurred. Now, Lachlan Carter looking for the jump shot. And our Punchin just taking a slap at the wrist here, so both should be out of play. Yep, just putting Josh Byron back out of play, and Lachlan Carter slots that one for Queensland. Richardson out easy on the line. No defensive pressure from Queensland on the centre pass.
And Sutton and Punchin literally just fighting over who's going to receive the pass on the transverse line.
Oh, special.
That pass was very special.
I think Brodie fooled me into thinking that ball was going across the circle. That ball's gone across the circle a lot tonight. So smart play. Punchin, hands up, gets the flick, sends the ball out over the sideline.
He's just an impeding force in that goal defence position. Like, not only is he's got this tall physical presence, but he's so quick and agile as well. And then you add his elevation into the mix, and you've just got a really lethal defender there.
All right, Punchin reacts to the call being called out off him. And Ulmisher now with possession and looks for the ball to Carter. Picked off by the defensive pressure from Victoria, and now looking to bring the ball through the court. No pressure on Richardson at the moment, and Noonan finding space, circle edge.
Look at the work.
Leonard.
I was just about to say, look at all the footwork from Allen there, and then Leonard just out of nowhere plucked it from the air. You know, they need to try and reward him for his efforts, because it was so great. His elevation is incredible.
Yeah, Webb now with possession, sends it back to Nichols. Ulmisher lets the ball go to Lockie Carter on a good front hold as well. This allows Webb to enter into the court. Takes that from Ulmisher, puts the shot up. Wow. That was pretty from Webb.
They definitely look a lot more comfortable with Carter at the back. He's almost like their safety net.
Yeah, for sure. I have to agree with that one there, Mandy, as well. And Richardson just able, no pressure, or lack of pressure at the moment from Victoria. So when they go flat, seems like they have free reign, putting the ball up in the air. runs themselves into danger against the Queensland defence end.
So let's see what they've got set up here. And they can't go down the line because it's been double teamed by a Punchin and just static. You know, Sutton did the right thing, running through it and got hands to ball.
Yeah, like we spoke about before, Sutton's deceptive hands there and his speed to get on to the ball causes the turnover for Victoria.
And their ball speed is just causing absolute chaos down there for the Suns defenders. It's too fast and they just don't know where to look.
Yeah, heads spinning and Brodie Roberts lets the ball slip, but Jake Noonan's there to mop it up, and that's probably a sign of where Queensland are at tonight. Not able to mop up the crumb.
You know, it's a very scary thought. If this is Victoria Day 5 in an evening session, what are they going to be like come finals tomorrow?
Yeah, I think Victoria are going to be looking like they're here to play. Western Australia probably need to watch out. However, lucky for Western Australia, they get the draw possibly that they were looking for as well, getting the bye in the final round. So
I think they'll be taking a healthy look at tonight's game and just sort of seeing what lines they're running and how they can use their tactics and structures to get through this.
Yeah.
Or at least hinge it a little bit.
Now, Ormisha lets the ball go straight into the hands of Josh Byron. And once again, Victoria flying through the court. No defensive pressure at the moment from the Queensland Suns. In and out from Brodie Roberts. Not happy to have the shot. Making Noonan go again. Finds Roberts. And back to the line.
And again, that same type of pass, but it's just more in the air. Didn't land, so he gets the deflection back to himself and he finishes the goal for the Vics.
Yep. Victoria. Oh, Sutton unable to keep control of the ball under the pressure from Queensland. And it's interesting to see just the difference in how Victoria bring the ball out of the defensive end and then the pressure that the Queensland Suns are under. And Byron saw that one coming.
And that's as a result of all the work that's been done out in front of him with that real hard hands over pressure. You know, that was just being like Byron's ball to be given, basically. It was a gifted pass.
Yeah. Victoria just always seems to have someone on offer, someone as a backup as well.
Just answers. They've just got options aplenty. Oh, is that his first second miss of the game?
8 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this third quarter, and Brodie Roberts probably a little disappointed in letting that ball dribble out over the goal line. Now, Queensland needing to get through the press from Victoria.
But they are all static. Like, they're literally waiting until someone's caught the ball near enough to them before they start their prelim work. You know, you've got to slice and dice through this box. You've got to try and two people like double teaming a certain corner of the box just to break it and do a standard split and re-offer. Carter looks injured.
Oh.
Looks like he got a bit of a corky on his right knee.
Yeah, he'll be a little bit disappointed that he's put his body in that position. He is the person that's going to keep Queensland in the game tomorrow.
Yeah, he's definitely the person that's going to keep him alive. And like you said, like, with the scoreline going the way it is, you know, you might almost be tempted just to not wrap him in cotton wool a little bit, but, you know,
Yeah.
give him the time.
Yep. Gives
Keep
Gary,
him fresh.
Does give Gary Passion the chance to have a look at what we think will possibly be the starting lineup for Queensland moving forward throughout the rest of the championships.
Easy as they come for the Victorians. It's starting to look like a little bit like a training run, and I say that respectfully because I've actually really enjoyed Queensland's game throughout the course of this week.
Yeah.
They're the team that has really excited me, so maybe if they're just flat tonight, hopefully they come out firing all guns blazing tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely agree with that one as well. As we see Cowling return to the court, replacing Richardson as well. 39-14 the scoreline here.
And again, how do they get through this box?
Yeah, I feel like the first and second, or there's really only almost the first effort from Queensland, not the secondary effort if the first lead is covered, and that's...
If that had gone to hand, I was going to say that was actually a really nicely placed pass. But, you know, just couldn't collect the catch on the final execution there. Leonard doing a really good job in conjunction with Nichols and GD, just really sort of trying to confuse some kind of space. And it'll be a Suns feed.
Yeah, Cowling sending the ball out over the goal line. Now Queensland Suns hopefully able to bring the ball through the court with some gusto and great vision. However, Tim Malmo up with Lockie Carter. Gets the deflection, and now it's a Queensland throw-in.
And, you know, I think already they're doing better in this quarter alone. They've already scored 4, soon to be 5 goals.
Yeah, Gillespie puts that one through the ring. As we see Jordan Webb looking to come on again at wing attack to replace Jack Jordan.
He needs to come off now while the ball's in the goal third.
Yeah, Victoria swing the ball straight away. Brodie Roberts, smart play, just being on the right side, knowing where the rest of your players are, able to catch Nichols out. And there's a timeout called for a change of the ball. And whilst that goes on, Cam Allen goes to the bench. Josh Byron in at goal shooter.
I wondered if this change was going to happen. I was very surprised to see Josh Byron in that goal attack last night against New South Wales. But in saying that, he did a fantastic job in conjunction with Brodie Roberts. So this is a combination I'm actually really excited to watch.
Yep. And Gillespie with the missed shot.
And no one sort of running for the ball. Oh, footwork call, just releasing the pressure.
Ulmisha, no option in the circle. Great work from the Victorian defence. And Hedricks unable to get the tap there in front of Lockie Carter. And Carter, jump shot.
I actually wonder how many times, because he shoots with his right hand almost like a little hook
Yeah.
shot. I wonder how many times this week he's done it with the left. Just out of curiosity.
Great question.
Byron.
Great hold. Just smart again with his body, able to keep Leonard out of the way. Fantastic ball placement from the Victorian team.
You know, as you mentioned earlier, like he actually played in goals during his age group representation. So, you know, he's no stranger to the goal circle.
Yeah, through all of his junior pathway and the Australian representative in juniors, he was a goaler. And this is a combination that Australia did run. Just imagine also having Jerome Gilbert and Eugene Lee all in this under-23s team. So what a fantastic group of goalers you could possibly have in that unders team. But
that is a formidable quad of shooters to select from.
Yeah, definitely give you a headache
in the selections.
For sure.
And missed shot from Byron and converts on the second attempt. So 43 plays 16. They've got the speed off the line on first phase. It's just when they've gone deep, it's almost been a predictable deep when they've gone down the line or they've cut back into the middle, back into traffic.
Yeah. And Gillespie gets the ball, turns, slots it for Queensland. Score 43-17, 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. If you've just tuned in, this is round number 10. It is the final game. There was lots on the line, a possibility for Victoria to move out of second place. However, fantastic start from the Victorians has guaranteed that second spot for them, which means they will play WA in tomorrow's first semi.
I'm really excited about that 1-2 playoff. I think, you know, it's 1-1 the ledger, so this might be the decider.
Yeah, look, and it's a possibility that it could be a fourth game as well. Like
with the rematch potentially in the grand final.
However, it can't take defending champions New South Wales away. They have had a win over Victoria at the beginning of the week. Some close runs with Western Australia as well. And look,
it's anyone's ball game.
Correct.
Finals is a completely different ball game. You know, you come to nationals with the intention of first and foremost making the four, and then every game matters regardless. If you're in third and fourth place, you can still make a grand final, so you can keep your hopes alive. It's all within your control. Yeah,
look, and New South Wales can't be taken lightly for Australian representatives and English
international.
An English international, so they definitely have the pedigree in the team to be able to take it forward. Also, a couple of under-23s that have now come up into there, so Australian under-23s players now up in the New South Wales Open men's team. Look, won't be taken lightly by any side.
And better work done by the Suns to get their middies to circle edge.
And Lachlan Carter just jumps that one through the ring for Queensland. 44-20 now, the way of the Victorians. And that ball is just moving really quickly, and not a great release from...
Oh, he's just slipped. Ormisha. Oh, that looked very awkward.
Yeah, Ormisha just asked for the floor to be wiped. It is almost on that decal as well that's through the centre. We saw a slip from Hardwick earlier in the match.
But you can even see from here, you can see the discoloration between it as well.
Correct.
Player safety is paramount here at the Champs. You know, we've had a couple of officials, our umpires also having a couple of slips as well throughout the week, so some of them have been injured.
Yeah, that's definitely not
a good sign.
Fun.
Yeah.
No. And just waiting for Sam Carlson to get off the side of onto the side of the court.
And just hooking call.
Yeah, can see that one as well. So now Queensland possibly looking, Malmo saw it coming, and had to pull out.
Great offload as well. Knew that Malmo was coming out, so looked straight into the post.
Now, final 30 seconds. Queensland would be looking to put this one on the scoreboard. Ormisha back to Hosking. Gillespie up really high at the moment. And the ball moves. It is Webb now Hosking. Back to Gillespie. 20 seconds left. And Ormisha puts it into Carter. Just not close or in a spot to have the shot. However, pulls the penalty on Jake Hedricks.
So it's quite a little bit away from distance from Carter's jump shot. So
yeah,
Gillespie makes them pay.
Yeah, Gillespie does put it through the ring now, and that does bring us to the end of the third quarter. Look, that's the lowest scoring quarter for Victoria, just the 12 goals for them. It does take them to a lead, though, 44-22.
It does, but that was an even quarter in the third quarter. So, you know, it could have been a different ballgame had this Suns lineup started, but maybe Coach Gary Passion is just keeping that under his belt in terms of waiting for tomorrow morning to start that lineup.
Yeah, I think he's just playing around with what it is that he's going to start with, and now we'll make some changes once again. So we'll go out to our break and leave you just a reminder, Victoria leading 44 goals to 22.
Inspire Netball Group have been specialising in all areas of netball development since 2011. From coach, umpire and leadership development to emerging talent academies, they provide world-class services to support the future growth of netball. With one of the directors, Greg Heinrich, being a former Australian Sonics men's netballer, Team Inspire are huge advocates for increasing male participation and developed by the very first Boys Emerging Talent Academy here in Australia in 2018 in partnership with VMMNA.
And welcome back to the final quarter. It is the Open Men's Division. We are witnessing Queensland and Victoria. Victoria currently leading 45 goals to 22. Manny, what have you seen so far, especially this second half?
Oh, look, I think in the third quarter they came up with real intent and purpose, and, you know, having a level quarter will please Coach Gary Passion from the Suns. I think he's probably going to be looking forward how they work in this final quarter into how they work into tomorrow's 3-4 knockout semi-final, potentially against New South Wales.
A touch now from Riley Richardson. A couple of changes for both teams. For Victoria, Josh Byron still sitting in at goal shooter. Tom Hardwick rejoins the game at goal attack. Noonan on to wing attack. And we've also, we've still got the same back end as well for the Victorians. And for Queensland, Glenn Ormisher goes back into the wing defence spot. Sam Carlson comes on into centre for Queensland, and Johnston goes on into keeper.
And again, just some rotation, isn't it, really? Just to keep the legs fresh. Both teams are playing in finals netball tomorrow.
Yeah, look, a little bit too easy at the moment for Victoria, but Byron not able to get the hold sealed, and Johnston, great footwork to get around the body.
And he's been really impressive for me this week. I think he's had a fantastic tournament. Probably a bit quiet by his standards today. That's probably the first real clean intercept we've seen from him.
Yeah, definitely. I think he got a little bit lost on Brodie Roberts throughout the first half. But look, does look like the hold, I think, as well. Oh, Hedricks hands the ball, flicks it back in. Victoria now.
He brings so much energy to the defensive end for Victoria as well, doesn't he?
Oh, he does, and it's a reason why. Look, he's in the team. He brings energy to the team, and. You know,
and am I right that he is also a potential fourth goaler?
Yeah, he can also play in the goal circle. Did run in the goal circle earlier in the week in a couple of matches, so he can play at either end. Funnily enough, so can Al Punchin. He's played a couple of national championships where he's sat in a goal shooter as well.
No, he can't. Are you kidding me?
So
I would love to see that.
It's not a regular used option, but he can sit in at goal shooter as well.
I would like to see that. Oh,
and
great
Malmo.
Positional work from Malmo. He's
had a blinder of a week.
Like, for me personally, he definitely has to be a part of the conversation when we talk about an All-Star 7. In every single game he's played in, he's been really instrumental and really effective in his whichever role and position he plays on court.
Yeah, often really doing a similar job in wing defence as what he does in keeper. Work the front space, work the ground, have a hunt at ball and get some turnovers.
And like I believe you were saying earlier, like he really likes that forward drive intercept.
Yep.
So he's got that footwork for it as Hedricks goes up again.
Yeah, often defenders like usually the forward drive or that backwards up step, and he kind of has both of them in his repertoire.
Yep.
Yeah, repertoire. So anything that drops short, but anything that sits up in the air, he's really looking for it and doesn't just have one or the other.
Oh, a nice long drive towards the pocket.
Goes straight into the backspace from Hardwick. Probably not the direction I would have liked to have seen him run into the front cut. And, great option there. Good hold.
And because he ran to the front cut, he actually drew a Suns defender, which opened up that backspace.
Yeah, it does. So it's almost something for, I guess, Tom Hardwick to start thinking about as he progresses through the open ranks, as well as how do you work effectively with the other goaler, especially if they're strong and in that goal shooter spot.
And a really long off-ball contact as well for Sutton.
And we see Malmo going back and up for that ball. Like I spoke about, if it drops a little bit short, you definitely know that he's going to be up with it. So that ball in from Webb came off on that occasion. Johnston just got to the ball second. I can understand the disappointment.
And he's there. umpire Joel Owens asked for a towel. He's going to need it for the sideline where he's running.
Yep.
Does not want to slip. And that is the Victorian manager, Michael Hutchison, coming out onto the court, making sure that umpire safety is paramount right now.
Now Victoria with possession. Noonan throws that one
Out
up.
of court.
Oh,
Yeah, Byron off balance, tried to use the ball to stay in court,
yeah.
and it was just out of play.
And Josh Byron now playing for Victoria. Had last year off as well. Made the move from New South Wales down to Melbourne. Now a part of the Victorian program.
And look at the work of Richardson, really smothering the centre in Carlson for the Suns, as he had to really work hard to get himself down to circle edge.
Oh, Hedricks.
And just through the legs. And that's a nice settle long court transition. And front space from Byron.
Yeah.
Well played, Victoria.
Yeah, great movement of the ball from Victoria now. Lead is still at 23, just 9 minutes to go in the final term. And a held ball called going the Victorians' way. As we just wait for the ball to get back to resume play. Hedricks in possession, finds Noonan straight up the sideline, who's able to open the space up for Hardwick. Swing ball from Victoria, and here's the drive. Mark Nichols gets a hand to ball.
I quite like that little contest. I'm glad that it was well left as well.
Yeah, look, I think today's been really well umpired by both letting the contest happen.
And that was a great shot by Hardwick. Came down with rain on that one.
Snow.
Yep, snow.
It's a cold one now tonight.
It is. Oh, and Hedricks just couldn't control, but Richardson can.
Richardson, quick release into Josh Byron. Finds himself right under the post. Fantastic ball from Riley Richardson. 51-26 now, the way of the Victorian men's netball team.
It looks like Jordan slotted on into goal attack too in back play.
Interesting change. I haven't seen him here very much at all. It's a switch between Jordan Webb and Jack Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And puts the ball into Lachlan Carter. Nice and quick with the release. And Carter puts the jump shot into the hoop. Victoria straight busting through the middle. Josh Byron not able to put the ball though into space. Great touch from Sam Carlson. And
The only way is up, really. They didn't really have many options on the outside of the circle in that passage.
no, but able to find Byron under the post in the 2-on-1. Ball now for Queensland with Webb. Chucks it up there. Lachlan Carter is going to go in for the run-up. And a goal shooter contact.
Malmo did a fantastic job being set up in his defensive structures. And, the Carter actually encroached into the defender's space, resulting in the offensive contact.
Yeah, wild pass there from the Victorians, sending it out over the sideline now. Queensland back in possession. 6.5 minutes to go in the final quarter.
Oh, Hedricks.
And puts his hand out of court to flick that one back in.
I love the energy, and I love the fact that, the desire that he had to try and keep that ball in play. And look, they're asking for the towel again. Took a dive on the sideline, trying to keep the ball in play.
Jaden Cowling now with the centre bib on. I think this is the first time we've seen it. Traditionally, he also grew up in the goal circle. And we saw him there last year for Victoria.
I do recall him playing Trans-Tasman in the shooting circle.
Yeah. So Jaden grew up as a goaler, has transitioned out into the mid-court now as well. And Hardwick just pops into the circle.
They
Beautiful
get confused as they re-enter the substitution box. Oh, that was funny to watch.
Webb now in possession for Queensland.
And again, they're driving, cutting back into the defensive traffic.
Oh,
Just a really loose carry from the Suns here.
yeah, just losing possession. Maybe the ball's a little bit slippery.
And sometimes
well.
when it's not your day, it just
Not
things
your
just
day.
compound and it doesn't go your way at all.
I'd like to see Sutton look down the court on that ball.
Yeah, first option was a square option again as well. You know, Suns putting on a zone of their own and just
And-
collected Hardwick for their troubles as well.
Yeah, Hardwick takes a strong drive. And the ball swings over to Sutton. Now Victoria open up the court. Oh, Hardwick gets the ball. Can't put it through though.
And it's really hard for the Suns ball carrier to find who their next connection is. Like, they're just seeing a sea of blue at the moment.
Yeah, Jordan now with the ball, throws it out to Carlson.
Better movement, though, in the shooting circle.
Queensland needs
Oh,
to
the
score.
lift.
And Jordan puts that one on the scoreboard now. 53-29. Victoria leading. That ball sent down. Would have liked to have seen Johnston take a fly. Hardwick now across the circle, just sitting in the backspace, does allow for Josh Barron to pop through along the goal line.
Yeah, and just has that split, doesn't he, as well, just to get himself close to the post, but missed goal attempt. And that's a better give and go from the youngsters.
Yep, Queensland now moving in.
Oh,
and
God, did he get slapped in the face?
I think it was the hand, but look at that for someone with a slight body, not really knows, but for him to take a hit on the arm whilst you're up in the air, that's quite impressive. That shows the
Strength.
netball nous that he has as well. A way to protect your body just through the core to make sure that you're staying steady and up on your feet.
Oh, an early release
Quick ball.
again.
And
Carter.
Lockie Carter flicks it up to himself.
Very quick play there from the Suns.
So at times able to show some okay netball, get themselves onto circle edge or quick ball release in there. Quick ball back from Noonan. And Hardwick now.
He's just showing off now. Like that was really pretty to watch.
Yeah, puts the ball and another goal on the scoreboard. 54-31, just 3 minutes now left in the round robin competition of the Open Men's for 2023 finals. Kicking off tomorrow, it will be Western Australia versus Victoria in the minor semi. The major semi there will see Queensland take on New South Wales. The winner of that to play the loser of Western Australia versus Victoria.
Who are you tipping for tomorrow?
Oh,
Gonna put you on the spot.
put me on the spot. I think the performance tonight and the previous and experience is going to tell me that Victoria is going to go straight through to the grand final. I think that may be what occurs. And I think New South Wales will get the job done over Queensland. Western Australia have had the go over New South Wales, so it'll be a Victoria-Western Australia grand final for my liking. However, I'm not going to write New South Wales off or Queensland just yet.
See, I'm backing West all day. I reckon West gets up over Victoria tomorrow.
Yeah, interestingly, we've gone with our home states.
Our home states. There's no bias at all.
Look, I didn't know that Western Australia looked crash hot today. I know they played South Australia. I just didn't feel the intensity, but that could change. Didn't necessarily enjoy the intensity from some of Victoria's play yesterday either. So,
Look, the reason I'm backing in West is that I feel like in the big games, the likes of like a Dravenly Totua, Jerome Gilbard, Stewie Burton, Dan Cools, Dylan McPherson, just those five players alone, they'll step up.
yeah.
And I think it's going to be a really tough battle. And my hope is for that West Coast to get up in that 1-2 final. If not, to earn the right to play in that grand final and have the rematch.
Look, I'm really excited to see what the rest of the Open Men's draw has to do.
In store, yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be able to sit back, watch,
Yes.
see all this netball happen.
Oh, great
Jordan.
rebound. Love that he's still fighting.
Oh, just not able to sink it there. Mopped up by James Sutton.
And it's the story of their night, for this game.
Oh, Sutton picks it. And Hardwick on the fly into the circle. Turns around, confident and sweet shot there from the youngster.
And that's the type of confidence that you need going into the game tomorrow. And so knowing that he can step on court and deliver for his side no matter who he's up against.
Yeah, confidence, goal attacks straight away to my liking. Turn around, put the ball up, and a chairlift from Queensland, not able to do anything on that shot. 58-33, the scoreline, just 30 seconds left in the match. And Jordan Webb sends it cross court to Sam Carlson. Jack Jordan, nice little dodge, but not able to sink the shot here now, Victoria.
Spectator goal.
That's right, 8 seconds to go. Probably not enough time for Victoria.
And great stop by Johnston as well.
Yeah, good and nice and clean, not on the body. And that does bring us to the end of the Victoria Queensland Opens match. It was round 10. Mandy, take me through the match.
Look, you can't go past that 19-6 opening quarter for the Victorians. It's where tonight's game was really set up and allow the Victorians to really tinker and rest and manage player workloads throughout the game. For the Suns, they kept on keeping on and tried to build that through the second quarter, and they just weren't able to get the goals through the hoop. They had possession, but they couldn't get the ball to drop necessarily. But they're bringing on the changes at halftime really made a difference. They had an even quarter in the third, and then again in the fourth quarter, it was a 14-11 quarter again. So those are the wins that as a coach you take away, as they lead into their 3-4 semi tomorrow. So best of luck to both teams as we prepare for a great day of finals tomorrow here on Clutch TV.
That's right. Awesome. Look, I can't wait. It is finals netball. It is the chunky end. The reason we're all here.
It's the pinnacle.
That's right.
It's the pinnacle.
It's where the hardware starts to come out. Those big trophies, out they walk.
Bragging rights.
That's right. You've got a whole year. In some cases, you've got a whole nother 10 years of bragging rights to talk about from that 1 year. So everyone will be looking to take home the championship. You can join us tomorrow here on Clutch TV, starting off at 9 o'clock, under 23s and under 17s live stream there. Cannot wait to see the matches that will unfold. A couple of other ones to think about. Men's reserves, I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yes.
Men's opens, I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, I suppose my two big favourites that I'm looking more forward to the most is the 23s division. That's really excited me. And then also this men's open.
Look, I'm super excited for the fantastic netball that we're going to be able to bring to you tomorrow. Once again, Manny Love, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I am Dan Cook. We look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow at the AMMNA 2023 National Championships.